Hey guys, how's it going? It's Janie over here at Janie Sweets. Welcome back to another Friday Fixes episode where you ask me okay questions and I do my best to answer them for you. Today's episode is going to talk about different ways that you can answer and interact with your customers or your clients while still remaining professional. So if you want to learn everything I have to say about this, then definitely keep on watching. Now, let's start by saying this. The way that you interact with your clients or your customers says so much about you and your business. If this is done correctly, they're going to say, oh my gosh, this and that business has such an amazing customer service. If this is done incorrectly, however, they're going to bash your business to no end. And it doesn't matter whether this is done through text message, through Instagram DM, through Facebook Messenger, through email, or over the phone. It is the same thing. It's a representation of your business. Keeping that in mind, let's unpack this topic a little more. So there are three main ways that you can communicate with your potential customers. It's either going to be through a phone, through email, or through Instagram, Facebook, not really Twitter. Do we contact people through Twitter? Maybe not. But social media in general. Although I have made a video and I preach this so many times, do not conduct your business through social media. However, for whatever reason that it is, if you have to conduct business through social media, I'm still gonna give you tips for that as well. Now, the good thing about emails is it's the best way to seem professional. So be mindful of the structure of the email. You should have an opening, you should have the body of the email, and you should have the closing of the email. It just has to have a proper flow. It's not just one big block of an email. The introduction or the opening is greeting them. Thank you so much for contacting so-and-so. And then in the body of the email, you explain what it is that the email is about. And then the closing or the conclusion is, thank you for choosing Janie Sweets again. I'm looking forward to working on your cake or your dessert. Right after the conclusion, try your best to have a proper signature. Now, the reason why this is important is you need to give them a way to contact you other than the email if they need to, whether that's your phone number, your website, or anything like that. While we're on the topic of email signatures, I do want to thank today's sponsor, Wise Stamp. They are an email signature generator. I personally use them for my business emails. If you've ever emailed me a question or anything like that and I've answered you back, whatever you see my signature at the bottom, that is who I use. I'm going to take a couple of minutes to explain to you guys what they are, what they do, so stay tuned for that. Okay, let's talk about Wise Stamp for a second. Now, I'm gonna show you guys in a minute how I'm gonna use them to create my email signature. It's so easy to do. You don't need any coding experience, no design skills are required. You get to create professional looking email signatures. It's easy to use, as you're gonna see in a second. There are so many pre-designed templates that are ready for you guys to use, but you can also customize them to your liking. So there's just so many features that I absolutely love about it. So let's get started. Let's talk about it for a second, and then you're gonna see me work on it myself. Now, the first thing you're going to see when you go to their website, which is wisestamp.com, you can do one of two things. You can create an email signature for individuals or for an organization. Now, you would want to pick organization if you had a company that had multiple different departments, so many people that are under you, and you want to create a company signature that is cohesive but also different for every single user. So you would click on that. However, I am an individual. I am the only person, this is a one-man show, so I'm gonna click on individuals, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys would want to go on there as well. Once you click on that, this is the first page that's going to come up. There's simple, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps that you need to follow, and then you have your signature ready to go. So the first one is details. Now, this came up because I had already created an account with them, and I had already started making my signature. However, yours would be completely blank. So what you would have to enter is your name, your title, your company, your phone number, mobile, website, email address, and your physical address. Now, let's move on to the next button, which is social. No, before we do that, I actually want to upload an image here. Now, I did integrate my Instagram with them. So not integrate, I did signed in to my Instagram. So it's going to give you access to all your photos. And let's just say I'm going to go with this one because that's a pretty color and I really like it. So let's grab that one, that picture. You can animate it if you wanted to. You can add a logo or add another photo. You can add effects, add transition, all that stuff. So I'm not gonna do anything to it. I like it the way that it is. Then we're gonna move on to the social. Now, this is where you can add in, you know, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Pinterest, all that good stuff. But I added it in a different way and I'm gonna show you in a second. Moving on to the template now. This is what I love about them. I'm using the classic. I'm actually going to switch to the horizontal because I think I like this one better. Yeah, I do like this one better. There's so many pre-made for you templates. Now, the design is where you can have so much fun. You can, if you have a brand or a company colors, you can go ahead and pick that. Okay, now although I have these icons up here, I do still want to add them at the bottom as social buttons. Now, you don't have to, however, let's put YouTube, let's put Instagram and Facebook here. All right, there you go. This is a nice signature if I've ever seen one. Now you can integrate this into your Gmail at the click of a button. So this is what it's going to look like. All you have to do is refresh your Gmail. If you didn't sign in yet, it will ask you to sign in at this step, but all I'm gonna do is refresh my Gmail. Okay, so this is a test email that I sent to myself to a different email address, and this is, you know, as you can see, the signature here, it has everything, my name, my business, my phone number, email address, everything here. I can click on these icons and be directed to my social media, or I can click on the buttons up the bottom and it will direct me now. Let's just say I wanted to see my feed on Instagram. I just click on that. Bam, it takes me right to my feed on Instagram. If I wanted to check out my website, I just click here. And there you go. It directed me to my website. You guys, I cannot say too many good things about this company. This is a lifesaver, if only for these social buttons at the bottom here. Now, this is my all-time favorite thing. So a big thank you to Y-Stamp for sponsoring today's video. Again, like I said, I absolutely love them. I use them myself. And if you guys are interested in creating your very own personalized email signature, then definitely check out the link that I'm going to be providing to you guys in the description box below so that you can go ahead and create your beautiful email signature that's going to definitely make you stand out from the crowd. So again, thank you Y-Stamp for sponsoring today's video. Moving on to your emails, which is my preferred way to conduct business. You do want to answer in a timely manner. You don't want to wait a week to answer an email. That's not very professional. You want to at least answer within 48 hours. Try to be on top of it. Use proper salutation. Don't again, hey girl, hey Kiki. They're not your friend, they're your customer. So use proper salutation when you're addressing them. If you are attaching anything, if you've mentioned that you're attaching anything, make sure that you have actually attached the correct thing. That has happened to me where I sent somebody else's order form and they were like, that doesn't seem right. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. So imagine if that had like sensitive information, or, you know, you just want to make sure that you are on top of it. So check, double check, triple check your attachment. Also, sometimes you say that you're going to attach something and you end up not attaching anything. That happens to me all the time. This I am known for, okay? I am known for doing this. So make sure you double check your attachment, that you've actually attached what you said you're going to attach, and also that you didn't attach the wrong thing. Okay, back to the topic. The first thing I have to say, if you're going to interact with your customers through the phone, is to try as hard as you can to have a separate line for your business. I understand that this may not be something that's in the budget, but at the very least, get a Google Voice number. Google Voice is free. The only downside about it is that when somebody calls, it says, let me connect you to the Google Voice account or whatever. So this could be a little turn off for some people. However, it's much better than having your regular normal phone that you use for your everyday interactions with other people. And I'm gonna explain to you guys why in a second, but just trust me, get a separate number. It'll save you so much headache. Now, the second thing is, please, for the love of God, if you're not available right this second, just don't answer the phone, guys. Like, let it go through voicemail. If your kids are running around acting crazy, don't answer the phone. If you're driving, if you're doing anything that you're not in a state of mind where you can answer and be professional, just don't answer the phone. It's much better that the person leaves you a message and then you contact them later. If you're in an environment where you can answer the phone, go ahead and do that. If you're not, don't answer it. Let it go through voicemail. Now, when you do answer the phone, mind your tone. I'm Caribbean, I tend to raise my voice a lot, but that's not because I'm mad or I'm angry. That's just the way I speak. If you ever heard Haitians speaking on the phone, they're like, hello, yes, okay. Like, this is how we speak on the phone. So raising your voice may seem, may come off as disrespectful to the other person on the other line. The way you answer, saying yeah, may, not be very professional. So mind your tone, mind the way you answer the phone, right? Have a greeting when you're answering the phone. Don't just say hello. No, I answer with good afternoon, Janie Sweets, or good morning, Janie Sweets, hello, Janie Sweets, something Janie Sweets, right? So the person knows where they're calling. And this brings me to my next point. Have a greeting. If you don't have a greeting, if you don't have a way that you normally answer the phone, this may throw somebody completely off. I called a company once. I wanted to do my hair and I Googled Dominican hair salons in my area. I found one, and the way the person answered the phone, it was just like, hello. Like, they were answering their cell phone, and it threw me off for a second. I was like, oh, wait a second. Am I not calling an establishment? And am I not calling a business? Maybe I'm calling someone, right? So for a second, I thought I had the wrong number. So this dictated how the entire rest of the call went. So make sure you have a greeting. Always answer in the same way. The next thing is, don't interrupt. It's very easy to try to like speed the conversation along and be like, yeah, sure. But let them say what they have to say, everything that they're saying. Try to be as attentive as possible, and then answer once you see that they're asking you a question or they're leaving the floor open to you to speak. This may seem like very, very simple to do. However, a lot of us don't have that. It's not natural for us to do. We tend to want to interrupt people when they're speaking. So try not to do that, at least when they're either placing an order or calling about a complaint. Next thing is, be polite and respectful. Just remember, if this was you on the line and you were complaining about something or you were voicing your opinion about something, how would you want to be treated, or how would you want to be answered? You may be calling to place an order, and let's just say the person doesn't know the proper terminology. Maybe they call fondant fondue. Like, don't be like, it's fondant. Just be nice, be polite to them and respectful to them. Next thing is something that we may honestly take for granted, is to take down everything they're talking about. There's nothing more annoying than calling a company, giving them all the information just to give them a whole bunch of information back again because they didn't write it down. Your name, contact information, that's like the number one thing. How can you contact them back? All that information, you need to write it down. If they said something very specific, write that down. Always have a pen and paper next to you, or your notepad on your cell phone to jot down anything that they can say, you know, in passing that might be good for referencing later. On the subject of calling them back, that's just basic phone etiquette. Do not call at inappropriate times. Don't call super early in the morning, and don't call super late at night. That's just very self-explanatory. Be respectful of that. Moving on to social media, which is, again, I cannot stress this enough. Try not to conduct your business on there. However, if you have to, whenever you're contacting a customer, customers contacting you, try as much as possible to stay away from too many emojis, just emojis in general. Maybe a smiley face here and there can be okay, but try not to replace words with emojis. Try to use full grammatically correct sentences. No K or instead of okay, or I don't know, like don't shorten words. Don't use, you know, inappropriate languages. Don't misspell words, and just read and read and read again what you wrote, just to make sure you don't have any spelling or grammatically incorrect sentences set up. The next thing is be personable. You don't want to be a robot, but be professional. What I mean by that is no hey girl hey, no keying. Don't speak to them as if you were to a friend, or, you know, even a colleague, or a family member. They are a customer. At the end of the day, they are trying to get a service or a product from you, and this is what the exchange should be about. I'm not saying be very like super tight-laced and we, as per my email stated below. I'm not saying that, but you need to be professional. Use your judgment. If you wouldn't email a company saying that kind of stuff, don't email your customers saying that kind of stuff, okay? Like, just use your better judgment when it comes to that. Now, the biggest thing is be super careful what you say and how you say it and how it comes off, right? Maybe have somebody else read it, because maybe the tone of your voice on the text message or on the DM may come off as rude or unintentionally can hurt somebody else. And with social media, anything that you send to somebody in writing, they will take a screenshot of it if they're not happy, and they will blast you on social media. It will never fail. Ever, ever, ever. If someone's not happy with how you treated them, 9.999 times out of 10, they're going to take screenshots of it and they're going to blast you on social media. So make sure that you are being mindful of what you're saying, and not only intentionally saying, or what you could unintentionally say to somebody. So make sure someone else is there to proofread whatever it is that you're going to send to your customer. Now, the good thing about social media is that you have instant access to people. The bad thing about social media is that you have instant access to people. With that being said, the same thing that I told you about taking a phone call when you're not available, just let it go to voicemail. The same thing goes with social media. There's nothing worse than to be caught off guard with a message when you weren't ready to answer them right away. This happens to me all the time, and I learned the hard way that it's best to leave them unread, answer when you're ready, rather than, you know, opening the message and then now you feel obligated to answer them right away. A cool thing that you can do with Facebook as well as Instagram, you can set up an automatic message. So when somebody messages you for the first time, you can set up a message that say, hey, thank you for contacting Janie Sweets. We're not available right now. Our business hours are from such and such day or such and such day, if you want to provide the business hours. Otherwise, you can just say, we're not available right now. We will review your message and answer you within 48 hours or however long. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody is trying to order a cake for the next day, for the next hour, even for the same week. At least they shouldn't be, right? You shouldn't be taking that order anyway. So them waiting a day or two is not going to make or break their event. So it's okay to have them wait a little bit. So we spoke about different ways that your customers can contact you, right? So it's either going to be through phone, through social media, or through email. Now, we're gonna talk about different reasons why they can contact you, and kind of like what's the proper way to go about these different reasons? I'm just gonna go ahead and explain it. Now, they can either contact you for two things. Either they want to place an order, or they are unhappy about an order or unhappy about something, right? Those are the two main reasons why people contact you. Now, the first thing is if they want to place an order, one or two things are going to happen. You're either going to accept it or decline it. Accepting it is very easy. The only thing I would like to just point out is try not to sound super desperate, even if you are, even if you haven't had any orders in months even. Try not to sound super desperate. It's not really professional. That goes without saying. Yes, thank you for contacting so and so. I'd love to accept the order. Give me more information, and then go from there. Now, let's just say that you are going to reject the order for whatever reason. You don't want to do it, you're booked, whatever the case may be, you're going to reject the order. If you're gonna tell them no, try to offer an option, right? What I mean by that is you can tell them that you're booked, however, I can refer you to somebody else. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain to them why you can't take the order. The best, easiest way to say it is that you're booked. If you don't want to explain it, you don't have to. So you can say something along those lines, right? Thank you for reaching out. You gotta thank them for reaching out. Unfortunately, I am booked for the month of May, but I'm happy to refer you to another baker who might have availability. And then invite them back, which is the number one thing that people fail to do. When you're saying no, invite them back. So I would say something like, I'm looking forward to work together in the future. Now, the second reason why someone can contact you that we said was for addressing a concern, either because you messed up a cake they made or they didn't like something in the interaction that you had with them, whatever the case may be. Now, we're gonna talk about two things. The first thing is if you are not at fault. If you're not at fault, you still need to apologize, okay? This might be controversial. This might not be something that you think you might want to do, but apologize. Don't be defensive. Don't be snappy. Don't catch an attitude. Just apologize. I'm really sorry that your cake melted on your way to the party. Then explain to them that this was not your fault. At the time of pickup, however, the cake was chilled and taken out of the refrigerator. Okay, so that was not your fault. Offer an alternative. We can work together to, you know, fix the cake. We can work together to whatever it is that you want to offer as a solution, go ahead and do that. But make it clear that it was not your fault. Now, let's just say that they are addressing a concern that is your fault. Because sometimes that happens, we mess up, you know, you delivered the wrong cake, you know, like this was not the color they spoke about, that was not the flavor they spoke about, things happen. Well, the first thing is that you don't need to make excuses. They don't care why it happened. They care that it happened and what you're gonna do about it. So you don't need to tell them your sob story about how you stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning to make the cake and you didn't realize that it was supposed to be champagne color and not rose gold, whatever. They don't care, okay? They just want you to make it right. So there's no need to, you know, give excuses or explain what happened. Just apologize. I am terribly sorry. I am definitely going to make this right. How can we work together to make this right, right? Fix the mistake. Either fix the mistake or offer compensation. If it's something like, you know, it wasn't the right flavor or whatever the case may be, just be like, I'm happy to remake the correct flavor. I'm happy to give you a discount for a future cake. I'm happy to whatever the case may be. Fix your mistake. You don't need to overly apologize and give them like let's say they ordered like a, you know, simple 8-inch cake. You don't need to give them like a 3-tier cake as an apology. No, it was a mistake. You didn't do it on purpose. However, you can offer and you should offer to remake either that cake or make something similar for them, either for free or at a discounted price. People love free things, so if you offer anything for free, they're gonna gobble it up. So that's my 2 cents on that. Now, the number one tip that I could give you guys, whether you're answering someone through email, through phone, through social media, whatever you do, do not overpromise and underdeliver, especially if you're doing this in writing. It's best that you underpromise and overdeliver. What I mean by that is, if somebody wanted to order something and you tell them, oh yeah, sure, I can make this grandiose cake, and then comes, you know, the time to deliver the cake doesn't look like what you have hyped it up to be, you've got a problem in your hands, especially if you have it in writing. They're gonna screenshot this and put you on blast. So it's best that you, it happens to me all the time. Sometimes somebody messages me and wants a cake, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I can do this. And then I turn around and I tweak it just a little bit, but you have to make sure that you kind of get a feel for the client and they're gonna be okay with that. Don't tweak anything on anyone who's very adamant about having something a certain way. You kind of have to have a feel for how the client is going to react to a change like that. And when I present it to them, they're like, oh my gosh, this is even better than how I thought, you know? So under promise, over deliver every time, and people are gonna love you for it. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope this gives you a few tips on how you can interact with clients and remain professional. Again, a big thank you to Y Stamps for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are interested in trying them out, then definitely click on the link I will provide to you guys in the description box below. It'll take you straight to them. You can create your custom email signature and get started sending out professional looking emails. So guys, that is the end of today's video. I am on Instagram as well as on Facebook. All of my socials are at Janie Sweets. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I will see you in the next one. Bye.